noises everywhere, things happening. Hello, how's it going? So, I wanted to talk about dates. Hello. They're fruit thingies, aren't they? I don't know. I don't eat them. Either way, we're talking about dates and movies. Yeah, not the food. Why would I talk about food? It's a film channel. You silly person. You. Anyway, we're talking about dates. I find it really, really interesting when people celebrate dates in movies. Now, there's two ways of the celebration. There's either the release date of the movie. This movie came out 26 years ago today. Are you going to watch it tonight? What's that? You have other shit planned? Oh, sorry about that. You got to watch it. It's the 26th anniversary. Or the 10th anniversary. I know that for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, I watched it for its 10th anniversary. I don't think I watched it to the day. It might have been like the day after or the day before. I think it was the day after. It's in Australia, it's really annoying because they will like show the days. They'll celebrate the date of release in America, and that'll be the day after for like the day before for us. So it's like, oh, this came out on the 9th of August, and I'm like, but that's the 10th of August for me. Does that still count? You know, it's like, fuck that. That's why I don't like give a shit about release dates of movies. That stuff's annoying as hell. Because like whenever they start celebrating it, I've already missed it. Kind of, maybe, because maybe it was released on a different release date in Australia too. Like, it's never a complete juxtaposition. You know, it could be released a week later in Australia, or a month later, or a year later. It doesn't matter. But still, that's the one I don't care much for, the release date one. The only benefit of that is if they have like an anniversary edition of a Blu-ray release, like here's the 40th anniversary release of Sorcerer, and it's like, great, finally I can have this on Blu-ray with all the special features. And what's that? It's only got an interview with Billy and Nicholas Winding Refn. Yeah, that's actually pretty good, to be honest. But still, anniversary releases of films I'm okay with. I don't care much for, let's celebrate this movie that's been out for 10 years. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I watched it like 4 months ago. Maybe I don't care for the film that much. Maybe I watched it enough normally that I don't need to re-watch it on this day just because some of the fans are, you know. Like there's Twin Peaks Day, there's Alien Day, there are days that are celebrated by events in history. Like Alien Day, I think, was the week that it was released in the US. Twin Peaks Day is the other version where it's, oh, Twin Peaks Day is this day, and like it's like April or June. See, like me wearing a Twin Peaks shirt, and I still cannot remember what the hell he says in the first episode, saying like, Diane, it's this day of this month. I'm in Twin Peaks, and I'm like, oh, wonderful, good for you, my guy. It's like, I don't. That's the other version where they have an in-date calendar in the show and or movie, and people use it as a day to celebrate it, and that's wonderful. You know, that's like a true fan thing, I think, where it's like you pay enough attention to notice the date, even if it's verbally told to you, and it's like, hey, let's rewatch the pilot of Twin Peaks, or are we gonna watch the international pilot, which actually does have a conclusion to it that doesn't set up the rest of the show? Choice is yours. There is that version. That's the other version, which is, again, like I said, the more interesting one. You know, there's Alien Day. It's the day it was released. Go watch Alien. Or, oh, actually, no, that isn't. I'm wrong about that. Isn't it the 4th of 426, right? It's like the 26th of April, I think? Because it's like, it's LV 426, because that's the number of that's the planet's number. Like, that's what they call the planet when they go to where they find the whatever the hell they call it, the derelict spacecraft, and find the eggs, and that's when it all happens. So it's like the 26th of April. So yeah, which actually kind of makes sense in American dates because they go month before they go day, which I think is really, really stupid, but it is what it is. You know, we go date, you know, the 26th of April 2023, you know. We don't go April 26th. I mean, I don't really particularly mind saying it that way, but at the same time, it's usually the extra annotations of and whatever, like 4 April 26. Like, that's just dumb. 4th of April. We made the English language for this reason, for people. Either way. Yeah, so Alien Day, I believe, is the 26th of April because of the planet. So that's an interesting one. That's not even a date. That's just the place, which is kind of funny. So that's a pretty cool one. That's a nice one, I think. But even me as an Alien fan remembers that. I don't celebrate it because I don't care for dates in movies, and celebrating by rewatching a film. I can just understand the comeuppance about it, like whatever fan celebration is going to be. I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know. I'm not going to watch it again. Maybe I've already watched it this year. I don't know. Maybe I need to be in the mood, alright? I need to be in the mood to watch the film. I need to have, like, if it's alien, it's silent. I want no background noise, so no one's going to be here. But I want it to be dark, because it's a 4K, and it's, like, it's a dark movie. I don't want extra light coming from, you know, external sources. So I get particular with it. But dates in movies and TV shows, well, I think it was... Oh, let me check, because this is what actually inspired me to talk about this topic. I believe it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre is set on the 18th of August, which means that I guess I have to watch on the 18th of August every day, every year. I'm not going to do that, but that's the thing, like, because it's a historically documented movie. Like, that's the point of it. It's like, this is based on a true story on this day and this year, you know, on the 18th of August, 1973 or 74? Oh, either way. It's like, I know it came out in 74, but was it set in 73? I don't remember. Either way. Maybe it's the other way around or something. I don't know. But still, just the fact that it's the 18th of August, it's like, okay, that's cool that people are, like, rewatching on the day. I'm not gonna, like, diss people for doing that. It's like, I don't really care that much. You do what you want to do. But it's just an interesting fan thing. Like, the fanfare around it. Because for me, I'd already watched that film twice this year. I had watched it, like, in January or February because I watched my Umbrella Entertainment Blu-ray to see if the transfer was nice because Second Sight had announced their 4K UHD. And then the 4K UHD came in and I'm like, I want to watch this because I want to see how good it looks. So I rewatched it, but with a commentary track. So I could see how good it looks whilst also learning new information. So I'm not having to actually rewatch the narrative of the film. Yeah. And that was fantastic. But it's like, would I have wanted to wait till August to do that? Not really. I probably wouldn't have even thought about it, you know. It's just one of those things. It's the same as Twin Peaks Day. Every goddamn year when there's Twin Peaks Day, which I should look up. I feel like that's in July. Let me do some brief research here, because there's a lot of different fan days and whatever. Twin Peaks Day. 24th of February. There you go. Yeah, because he says, Diane, 11:30 a.m., 24th of February, entering the town of Twin Peaks. So it's the 24th of February every year. Yeah, actually, there is an actual event that happened on that day. In apparently 24th of February 1902, that a log jam at the mill caught fire in an event that became as the Night of River Burnings. For all those reasons, the 24th of February is observed as Twin Peaks Day. I'm pretty sure it's not. What the fuck? That's just what comes up for ericbrightwell.com. That's weird that they're like, oh, well, why are all these fans celebrating this day? I have to watch the show and understand it and not realize that he just says that he's just there on the 24th of Feb. My guy, he's just entering the town of Twin Peaks. It's when shit happens. So, yeah, it's an amusing thought. But, like, that's a thing, Twin Peaks Day. Again, I don't celebrate any of that kind of stuff. But it's like, if I invested more in the calendar that I have in my room and thought, or the calendar I have on my phone, I should say, probably, because that one will actually notify me. I don't even look at the one in my room. It's just decorative, like most calendars. But yeah, it's just one of those things of like, if I put it down on my phone saying like, oh, remind me in a day, or like remind me in a week or something. Remind me in a day and a week. So like a week from now, I'll be like, fuck yeah, it's Twin Peaks Day in a week. And then in a day's time, I'll be like, fuck yeah, it's Twin Peaks Day tomorrow. And that day will happen and say it's like a Wednesday and I'll be at work and I won't notice till I go on my phone the next day, because the next day everyone will be saying, it's Twin Peaks Day. And I'll be like, what the fuck? That was yesterday. I had it all planned. I was going to rewatch it. And I was so busy with my life because I have a job. I have people to talk to. I've got other movies and shows that I'm watching. Oh, boy. Maybe I'll celebrate it next year so I can actually rewatch all of Twin Peaks, because I've been meaning to rewatch it for a while. But it's like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know I showed it to my girlfriend late last year. I showed her the pilot. So, yeah, but that was a while ago. I don't think I'm gonna... I probably just would rewatch the pilot. I've got the 4K. I've got that whole limited edition set that has the 4K of the pilot and the 4K of Part 8, which is exceptional. So, yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to kind of talk about it because it's like there's not really much discussion to say about this. Sure, everyone has their fanfares and whatever they t-shirts, physical media, collectibles, dates of the year that they rewatch the show or rewatch the movie, you know. So, look, do you participate in these such events? Do you have a particular fan or a fan? Do you have a particular show or film in mind that when the date comes around, you're like, it's my day, baby. You know, I know Twitter loves it, but it's also Twitter is a day behind me because of the time zone. So that's just annoying when it happens and everyone's celebrating and I'm like, hey, for me that was yesterday. Or should it technically also be today because technically it's the same day, but it's like just not the same date. You know, like how it's Sam Raimi's birthday on the 24th of October in Australia, but that's because it's actually the 23rd of October in America when it's his actual birthday is the 23rd. And mine's the 24th. So it's like I can celebrate my birthday on the same day as the US is celebrating Sam Raimi's birthday. And I'll be like, oh, that's cool. We're both celebrating our birthdays at the same time, but just in two different time zones and technically on two different days. So that's a fun fact I discovered a year or two ago, thinking, oh my god, Sam Raimi's birthday? I think because it was like posted on Twitter or something, maybe Reddit or whatever, and they're talking about it. I'm like, oh my god, his birthday's the same as mine? And I looked it up, only to discover it's actually the 23rd. What a bunch of baloney. So, yeah. Fucking time zones. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on that. I don't really have any films that I actually have the dedication to watch on the days of their anniversary. But at the same time, I wouldn't consider not watching them. I would consider watching them. That double negative just tripped me up. Yeah, like I could watch the Twin Peaks or the Texas Chainsaw or Alien or whatever on the day if it's, you know, as a good fan thing. It's like, oh, you know, someone's tweeting about it or whatever, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'll watch that. Even though to me it's a different day, but it's also like technically it's the day that would appropriate with the same in the other country. Unless I waited for the exact time when it would hit that day in America, that would correlate to still being the same day in my time zone. But I don't think that's really very possible depending on where exactly the film is set, usually. Like if it's really, really East Coast, it ain't gonna happen. No, if it's West Coast. Yeah, if it's West Coast, it probably ain't gonna happen. If it's East Coast, maybe, but it's like Texas is like in the middle, so it's like I don't know. I don't know their time zones over there. I don't care. So anyway, that's just a thing. But yeah, let me know if you celebrate anything like that. It almost feels like the equivalent of asking, what Christmas movie do you watch during Christmas? You know. I don't know, I feel like this is more significant, unless it's actually a Christmas movie, because then it's like, I guess realistically, that's still as significant in a way. I don't know, is it really a fan thing to watch Die Hard on Christmas? Like, the movie's set on Christmas, like, of course it's technically a fan thing, I don't know. I guess it's not an obscure day, it's not a random day in the middle of April, it's Christmas. It's a big holiday for the Christians, you know, so... Anyway. And capitalists, sorry. Christians and capitalists. And consumerists. Can't think about the loyalists. Can't forget about the loyalists. I'm going to go now because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.